Hi everyone. Now let's start the first lesson in the geography grade 9, India size and location. In this chapter, we would like to learn about India's location, size and neighboring countries and the importance of Indian Ocean and foreign connections. First of all, let's find out where India is located. So first of all, let's go to the first learning objective. Describe the latitude and longitude position of India. See, the location can be traced using two coordinates. We can use latitude and longitude. If you know the latitude number and longitude number, then we can trace out the location of a place. Actually, this latitude and longitude are imaginary line. So, when we talk about India, India's latitudinal extent falls between 8.4 degree northern hemisphere to 37.6 degree north. India coming in the northern hemisphere. When we look at the globe, we can understand this concept very easily. If you look at the globe, we can understand it very easily. In this, the equator passing through this region. So, the north side of the equator, it is known as northern hemisphere. The south side, it is known as southern hemisphere. So, India is coming under northern hemisphere, which is starting from 8.4 degree north to 37.6 degree north. This is the latitudinal extent of India, 8.4 to 37.6. Tropic of Cancer, the latitude line is 23.5 or 23.30 degree. That is the Tropic of Cancer passing through India. India is coming under tropic as well as subtropic, because we have Tropic of Cancer is passing through this region. So this side is known as subtropic, and the southern side of the Tropic of Cancer, it is known as tropic. From Tropic of Cancer to equator region, it is known as tropical region. North side of the Tropic of Cancer is known as subtropical region. So India has two type of climate that you will be studying in chapter number 4. Now let's learn about calculate the size of our country. Next learning objective is calculate the size of our country. When we talk about the size of India, India has 3.28 million square kilometer. India has, in terms of area, 3.28 million square kilometer. 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. So we can understand, when we consider the geographical area of the world, India has only 2.4%. We need to understand this 2.4% lands consisting of 17% of the population. So that will be very populous density country. When we talk about India's landmass size, India's mainland boundary of about 15,200 kilometer distances. When we talk about India's main landmass, which is around 15,200 kilometer. Coastal line, we have 7,516.6 kilometer, including Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep. This all island coastal region, we have 7,516.6 kilometer. India is the 7th largest country in the world. Other countries are Russia, Canada, USA, China, Brazil, Australia, then India. So after India, the next country is in terms of size, that is Argentina. When we look at Indian landmass, the north side, we have bounded by Yangfold Mountain. In north side and northwest as well as northeast side, we are bounded with Yangfold Mountain, that is Great Himalaya. So when we consider in the India's latitude as well as the longitudinal extent of the mainland, it is about 30 degrees. So now let's learn about Tropic of Cancer and Standard Meridian. As we said, the Tropic of Cancer is passing through India. So let us see in which are the Indian states are coming under this region. So this Tropic of Cancer is dividing India into two parts. They are subtropical and tropical. Subtropical means this region is known as subtropical, and this region from Tropic of Cancer to Equator region is known as tropical region. So we can see which are the states are coming this region where the Tropic of Cancer is passing. They are Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura and Mizoram. These are the 8 Indian states. You can see Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura and Mizoram. These are the 8 Indian states where the Tropic of Cancer is passing. So we will be getting a question. Choose odd one out. Gujarat, Rajasthan, Odisha and Madhya Pradesh. So in Odisha is not coming under this region. So Odisha will be wrong. So that will be answer. Now let's learn about the standard meridian of India. Every country has their own standard time. India is also having a standard time. India's standard meridian is 82.30 east. What is the reason for this? Why this 82.30 standard meridian east side is considered for standard meridian? Based on that we are calculating time. What is the reason for that? Because when we look at Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, we have 2 hours difference. In Gujarat and Arunachal Pradesh the time gap is 2 hour difference is there. So it will create a lot of trouble if we conduct an examination or railway time or airways time or anywhere. Whenever you use the time, there will be difficult for one country itself. Different time zones will be creating a lot of trouble. To avoid this, we need a standard meridian of India. So that is fixed that 82.30 east is the standard meridian of India. How do we decide it? So let us see that. When we look at these 2 longitude lines, starting from 68.72 here 97.25, these are the 2 extent of longitude lines, in which if you are taking the center, if you are adding these 2 lines 68 plus 97 divided by 2, you will be getting 82.5. That is why we are considering 82 as a center. Then there will not be issues for Arunachal Pradesh region or Gujarat region. So we are taking the center part, that is 82.3 degree east. That is a standard meridian of India, which is passing through Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. So you will be having a question, why 82.3 degree east has been considered as the standard meridian of India. So this is the answer. We need to talk about the 68.7 degree extent in the west side and 97.25 degree in the east side. So the center part is coming 82.30 degree east. And why do we take this? Otherwise there will be time difference in one country itself and it will create administrative problems for the country. And we have one more question here. Why is the difference between the duration of day and night hardly felt at Kanyakumari but not so in Kashmir? To understand this answer, let us go to the globe again. So here, and there is a difference in daytime and night time between the Kanyakumari and Jammu Kashmir. Let us see, where is Kanyakumari? Kanyakumari is located in the Tamil Nadu state, which is located here. And Jammu Kashmir or Kashmir is located in the north side of India. But there is a difference in daytime. Here Kanyakumari is located near the equator region. From equator to Kanyakumari there is only 8.4 degree difference. So Kanyakumari is one of the place which is located near to the equator. So this region will be getting more sunlight. At the same time the Jammu Kashmir is coming in the northern side, but this region will not be getting enough sunlight, same like Kanyakumari, because it is coming in 37.6 degree. So there will be differences in the daytime and night time in Jammu Kashmir and Kanyakumari. That is the answer for that question. Let us see how do we calculate these time differences. When we look at the globe, which has, so in a day we have 24 hours. In 24 hours we are converting into minutes. That time we will be getting 1440 minutes. That means in a day we have 1440 minutes. If you are dividing these 1440 with 360 degree, then each longitudinal line there will be 4 minutes differences. So in 360 longitude lines, as we know, we have in the globe we have 360 longitude lines. So if you are dividing these numbers with minutes, that is 1440, in each line there is a time difference of 4 minutes, which means 1 degree equal to 4 minutes. So Indian longitude, we have 30 longitude lines. We have already seen this one in the previous slide. From west to east we have 30 degree difference. In west it was 68, you can see here 68, and east side it is 97. So if you subtract from 97 minus 68, approximately you will be getting 30 degree. So if you multiply this 30 with 4 minutes, so India we have 120 minutes difference. If you convert it to hours, that is 2 hours difference is there. From Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, 2 hours difference will be there. To avoid these time issues and all, we have, now let's analyze the strategic location of India. As we know, India has very important strategic position in the world. One of the very famous ocean, the name is Indian Ocean. This Indian Ocean name got from the name of India. Why this ocean is called Indian Ocean? The reason that no other country shares as long coastline with this ocean as India. So that is the reason. So why this Indian Ocean is very important? Indian Ocean is very important because India could connect different countries through this Indian Ocean. We could connect Europe, Africa, Middle East, Southeast through the Indian Ocean, and which is helping for trade as well as tourism. When we look at the land routes, in addition to Indian Ocean maritime route, we also have land routes. In ancient time, the people were traveling to India through land routes mainly. Through these land routes, Indian people could exchange of ideas about Indians' decimal system, India's Ramayana, Mahabharata, Panchatantra, Buddhism. This type of many philosophical and mathematical concepts could exchange through these land routes. Okay, and also which helped for trade. Indian muslin and Indian clothes or spices are were very famous in ancient times. So through land routes used for traveling and trading purpose. And we also had taken a lot of other concepts we also have adopted from other countries, like minarets and domes etc. we got from other countries.